Peace. Alright, it's late. I doubt anybody's gonna hop on here, so I'm here to do a miniature webinar. Peace, my brother. Peace. Peace to all of you. Peace. Alright, so I'm gonna be talking to y'all about business credit, because everybody's trying to use their personal credit, and the way the elite navigate, they utilize business credit. And business credit has so many advantages for us to be utilizing, and it will change your life if you establish it. So we're just going to go over just a few things, a few notes that I took, and then I'm going to post this so everybody just knows what's up. Waving. Alright, so with that being said, we all know personal credit has our name to it, and so people can, or credit providers can, put lawsuits on us and say that we have late payments and ruin our credit score, and that essentially affects our ability to get an auto loan for our personal credit, a house loan for personal credit. We don't need our business activities, associated with our personal credit. It's not advantageous. So what we do is we establish business credit. So business credit is the idea that these credit providers will treat you as an entity through your business, and through that they automatically have an incentive to give you 10 times to 50 times of your what a consumer credit limit would be. So here I got some notes for y'all. Let's go over them real quick. So any entity that is not a person is capable of receiving business credit. That includes LLCs, churches, and religious assemblies, as well as trusts. All entities established are capable of receiving 10 times to 100 times the credit of a typical consumer or person. And here you have an example, a 10K personal credit limit versus a 50K to 200K business credit limit. You see, that's a significant difference in the accessibility and the capabilities that we have with business credit. So agencies will hold a file of all activities for business credit, and there's only 3 agencies that actually report it. They don't report it to the person. So here we have the agencies and what they do. This is the Dun & Bradstreet. And Dun & Bradstreet, this agency reports all business activities from an owner and the vendors of the business. So you yourself are the one reporting the activities to boost your credit score, and the vendors that you associate yourself with. So long as you have on-time payments, you can boost your credit score. So Equifax, that is not typically utilized. It's very third party. Experian is most typically and Dun & Bradstreet is what most typically you will see with business credit reporting agencies, as far as it goes with your business reports. But you want to establish a profile with every single one, just to be safe. So here, in order for you to receive favorable scores on a business or credit report, you have to have 5 different vendor credit lines, and we'll go over that later, and 10 store credit cards, which we already know we more than likely use them every day as personal credit. So how do we do it? You want to establish a name for your business, and if you are one of those people who doesn't really understand what their business is or what they're doing, make up a name and just include your industry as a property manager. And as we know, as a property manager, you're managing private property, just anything that's yours. Second step, get a virtual office address from a virtual office provider. You can Google it, DuckDuckGo, pre-search, search it up on a search engine, preferably Wyoming because they don't ask for much documentation, so your name won't come up during any searches. And then if the virtual office provider is able to give you a business number, take it. But make sure it is a 800 number because you're going to want to get an 800 number listed on the 411 directory. And it has to be local to your virtual office address. Then you want to create an articles of incorporation. You can find those templates on scribd.com. And what you want to do is you want to create that and then send it to the state to be established as an LLC through the Secretary of State. You create an LLC in any state. Any state. I would say Wyoming is the best because they don't ask for much personal documentation. They just ask for the information provided by the business. And an LLC, just so everybody knows, protects the owner from any liabilities. So if there are any lawsuits or debts from late payments, the business will not affect you personally as a business owner. The most that will happen is the credit score will lower, and of course you'll receive those lawsuits, but you don't have to pay them at the end of the day. And like I said, this isn't financial advice. This isn't any professional advice. This is simply based off of the research that I've done and the passion that I have for establishing the idea that we don't know enough and we weren't taught enough as consumers versus corporations. Just so everybody knows. So you want to take that information from the LLC and you want to put it on your Dun & Bradstreet profile. And you want to go to well, first you want to make sure that you have a phone bill for the number that you created for that virtual office. And if you don't have one, you more than likely need one in order to establish this. And then you want to get the lease for your virtual office that you got, perhaps in Wyoming. So after that, you want to go to irs.gov, and on there you can fill out the required information, receive an employee identification number. And that employee identification number will give you even more authenticity in the business credit reporting. So with that EIN number, because you need that EIN number to go to a bank to establish a business bank account. And just for the people who have their own businesses, they're a single person, you do not have to have two accountants monitoring and documenting all your transactions for the business. That is for you to receive higher credit limits in the future. You do not have to do all that. But in the future, keep it in mind. It is very helpful. And you may even want to hire an accountant outside of your business to do it. So after that, you want to be able to show a positive balance in your business account as you're utilizing their banks for your income that's coming in for the business. And as that's going on, you want to establish the website domains and the social media accounts that the business is officially established on. So After that, you want to go to the Dun & Bradstreet website, which is dnb.com. And you'll receive a DUNS number. It's a DUNS number. And every corporate entity in America typically has one. And that will make you'll be able to have a business credit score through them, because they establish the business credit accounts, and then you yourself are reporting. So next thing you want to do is apply for Net 15, Net 30, Net 60 accounts with a vendor. And it's very easily found. You can just go to one sec. So if you just search on any search engine, establish a Net 30 account, establish a Net 15 account. Basically, these accounts are vendors, and they give you like a real quick loan, maybe like $500, and you pay it back within, you see how as a number, Net 30, Net 15, those are the days you have to be able to pay it back. So, in order to speed up the process, you would more than likely want to get a Net 15 account, because you will get a good report so long as you pay on time. Like every single time, every 15 days, pretty much. So within, let's see, you need at least five good credit reportings from those vendors. So that's 15, 30, 45, 60. That's 75 days, so that's 2.5 months. So 2.5 months, you establish that credit. Then you're able to go apply for business credit cards. And with those business credit cards, so long as you pay those on time for several months, you'll just continue to receive a higher business credit score. And after several months of that, you apply for a Visa, MasterCard, and an American Express credit card, and they will approve your limits based off of what these providers give you in the credit cards. So that credit limit, maybe it's 5,000, maybe it's 10,000, and so on and so forth. They'll continue to approve those credit cards based off of the highest limit that you have reported on your business credit report, more than likely on the Dun & Bradstreet website. And then finally, you want to create a business plan for grants and the SBA, the Small Business Administration, because they can provide you loans. And most people who provide grants, most entities that provide grants, will be looking for a business plan, as well as all these other things I've listed in order for you to establish business credit. So that's done. Let me tell you the advantages of business credit. So on the Dun & Bradstreet website, because you establish and you are the one reporting everything that goes on with the business, and also the vendors as well, you as the business owner are actually able to dispute a lot of the reports that lower your credit score, and that would just be based off of late payments. So any late payments you possibly have with any vendors, credit card companies, you can dispute them. And what I mean by dispute is you can remove them. You remove them from the credit report. They're non-existent because you yourself did not approve of it. And that's the way most corporate entities navigate, is they'll build up their credit score so high, and then when they finally have enough credit, they'll just run up each credit card, each credit line. And then at the end of the day, they can establish another entity. You can establish as many entities as you want to get all this business credit. So that's something you can't exactly do with personal credit. Personal credit, it's a lot of letters and referencing U.S. codes in order to get stuff removed, and it's really just a pain in the ass. So doing the business credit, will save you so much time. And also on taxes, it'll save you so much money. So one of the bigger things, let me check the chat real quick. Somebody says, do they pay it back or just keep it? So yeah, like I said, a lot of the entities in this country, they do not pay shit back. They will just establish another entity and keep it moving. Said Bliss, how does personal credit affect the process of building business credit? So no entity, no business, no bank should tell you, I need a social security number, I need a personal credit line in order to approve your business credit. That's null and void, doesn't exist. You can establish business credit with an EIN number. You do not have to associate your social security number at all. But what does help is if somebody already has really good credit and is able to back you with in a bank, they can that essentially could give you a boost in your ability to get a higher credit limit. And it's pretty simple at that point after that. So yeah, there's a lot of loopholes in this country for corporate entities. That's why it's entities, yo. So yeah, I hope this helps everybody. At the end of the day, I don't see anybody getting real far with just a $10,000 credit limit. When in reality, we could have 50,000 to 200,000, not worry about getting a lawsuit. Sometimes you don't have to pay it back. And how does that help with taxes? So this country is set up via the tax codes to give corporate entities, or basically any entities that do commerce, a lot of incentives and tax credits. So just based off of how you navigate. So to say you get this business credit limit that's like 50K, and you go buy a car. Go buy a car for your business, put it in the business's name, and you can write off the gas mileage. That's one of those things. You can write off the gas mileage. You can add a sponsorship onto the paint job of the car, and then that's advertising. So they cover for advertising in taxes. And after that, there's another platform. You could go rent it out on Turo, and then you got three ways that you've got extra income coming in within the year. So I hope all of you know about Turo, because at the end of the day, if you have this 200K credit limit, the 50K credit limit, you buy 1 or 2, 3, 4 cars, go put them in some major cities, and then just be collecting payments off of that every week. So then after that, you can just use that to pay off your car notes and also credit cards. Yeah. So that's one of the many ways that corporate entities actually utilize this. So I hope this was educational, everybody. I hope this was helpful for everyone. And I hope everybody realizes that we need to be navigating just like them if we are to, flip that wealth gap. So, thought this was important. Peace to y'all. Posting this. Love y'all.